Hello YouTube! My name is KCRIFT and I'd like to thank you for joining me on my first of what I hope to be a series of videos on the aircraft, armor, and naval vessels of World War II. And the medium that I'm going to use to accomplish this is right here in front of you, the new combat sim by Gaijin Entertainment called War Thunder. Now if you haven't played War Thunder, you are really missing out in my opinion. This combat sim is one of the most detailed, most elaborate, and probably the most massive effort put into a combat sim, at least that I've ever seen. We're talking aircraft, ground vehicles, naval ships, all packed together in one scenario with players controlling each of them. The Second World War has always kind of held a great deal of interest to me. I've always been very attracted or enamored by that time period, and thanks to the massive efforts put forth by the Gaijin engineers and game designers, I can well, more or less anyway, experience firsthand what it was like maneuvering these aircraft and vehicles around on the battlefield. I say firsthand, it's the next best thing anyway. It's the closest I'm ever going to get. It's the closest any of us are ever going to get to the look and feel of what happened back then in the 40s, 30s, and 40s. Yeah. So what if you don't know, what Gaijin has put together is a giant World War II sandbox, and this is basically where players take control of military weapons that were used during the Second World War. Currently, as of at least of September, October of 2013, we're only flying airplanes at the moment. So it's a air simulator, air combat sim. But the targets on the ground are tanks. Objectives are usually ground-based objectives. And soon, if rumors are to be believed, in November of this year, November 2013, we'll be looking down the gun barrel of tanks joining us on the battlefield. Roughly mid-November is what I hear. So, what are we talking about when we are looking at my videos? What do I hope to accomplish? What am I going to provide to make my videos unique? And one thing I think that has been painfully overlooked by the people who are currently playing War Thunder is the huge amount of detail and effort that Gaijin Entertainment has put into the sim. From the battlefields to the locations to the models for each of the aircraft and even the tanks that are on the ground now is simply, it's out of this world. It's incredible. What you can look for from my videos and what you can expect from this entire series is kind of a detailed look at the aircraft and other vehicles, the ones that I can get to. I'd like to say I'm going to put out a video a week, and hopefully I can accomplish that. So what I plan to do is fly while I'm flying the airplane, for example, we'll take a look at when and why it was made, what were the considerations behind the armament put on the vehicle, who were some of the famous personalities that flew it, what were the battle statistics during World War II with those aircraft, who designed it, etc. From engines to production numbers. I'd like to get down to the real nuts and bolts, pardon the pun, of the history behind those vehicles, and really give credit where credit is due to Gaijin and go into so much effort behind this game. So the only tiny favor that I'm asking from you is if you would like to see more of these videos, and if you like this idea, go ahead and click subscribe so that you can get notified when I post one of my new videos. And like this video, it'll really help me out a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. So really that's all that I wanted to accomplish with today's post. I'd like to thank you very much for watching the first aircraft that I'm going to post, and I've already actually got it's already in post-production, is the Polikorov I-15, which was one of the first fighters that the Russians put in the air in World War II, and had quite a bit of airtime in the Spanish Civil War as well. So that video is coming up. Subscribe below, like this video, put comments about what you'd like to see, and we will get to it as soon as we can. Until next time, this is KCRIFT signing off. Have a great one.